Jimmy Black. I'm here with Max Cavalera of Soulfly.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
So now the new album is going to be coming out in October.
Yeah.
And your son is going to be playing drums on that album.
Yeah.
And he's currently playing drums right now on this tour.
He's doing double duty. He's
Yes.
actually playing for Lodi Kong, which is the band he has with his brother, and then playing with Soulfly on this tour.
He gets a small break in between because his brother's,
Other
brother band,
Insight,
his
yeah.
other brother's band, Insight, is playing in between that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much been a family affair for
It
you
is.
guys, which is awesome.
It's been going all year. We went to Europe twice. We had 18 people in a bus, family, the whole family.
Wow.
All I was missing was dogs. And turkey. We have a turkey at home now too.
You have a pet turkey?
We have a pet turkey. Yeah. Only in my house this kind of shit happens.
What?
Don't ask me how.
What's the turkey's name?
Snipe. We end up calling him Snipe, like
Snipe hunt?
from Up, from the movie Up.
Yeah.
You know. And it's great, you know. It's cool to have the kids and everybody get jobs like selling T-shirts,
Yeah.
and carrying box, carrying gear. Nobody just and it's no freeloader. You know, nobody's here on vacation. Everybody got to work.
Everybody's got a job.
You got a job. You got to work, man. But yeah, Zion did great, man. You know, I was. He asked me to be on the album. He bugged me. He actually came right to me. He's like, I have to be on the Soulfly record. I have to be on the record. And it's like, dude, some serious shit, man. I don't know. It's like, you got to step up, brother. You know, like this is an album is an album. You know, it's serious business. It's like, no, I can do it. I prove to you that I can do it. So I started jamming with him in his bedroom, and he did great, man. He blew me away, and he's only 21.
That's awesome.
You know, so he brings
He's
a lot
great drummer.
He brings a lot of energy and a lot of new blood just to Soulfly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the fact there was a risk-taking factor about having him playing the drums on the album. There's a risk,
Yeah.
you know, that I took. You know,
Having
some
somebody that's
people,
kind of new, not necessarily
even the
seasoned.
label was kind of like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Because you can get a real great drummer, you
Somebody
know,
seasoned, somebody's been around a little while,
somebody's-
yeah.
You can even get a studio drummer just to do the record, you know. But I went with my gut feeling. I said, let's do it with my son, keep it in the family. And I called Terry Date because Terry Date was doing the record, you know. And I explained to Terry the situation. And I said, Terry, I really want to record with my son. It will be a dream come true for me. And can you make it happen? He's like, yeah, don't worry about Max. You know, it's covered. I know exactly what to do with young, new drummers.
And Terry had worked with, most famous for working with Pantera
Yeah.
years and years ago.
I mean, he's the guy that was there when Dimebag did the riff of Walk.
Yeah.
And I asked him how was that. It was like it's got to be a concept moment, you know, like your conception right there, you know, like hearing.
See like a light coming down.
Yeah. There's a light coming down, and the riff of Walk was born, and you were present, right? He's like, yeah. How was it? It was just like any other day, you know. I was like, are you kidding me?
Downplaying it a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, it's the riff of Walk, man. It's the riff, you know. But he's a great guy, man, you know, and he did a great job. I love the sound of the record.
So what can fans
It's
expect?
really raw. You know, it's a different. Half of the record has the vibe from Enslave, which is extreme metal and death metal.
I
and
love that album, by the way.
it has. I didn't want to do a whole record like that, but I did want to continue some of it. So there's a song called Fallen, which has the singer of I Declare War.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my new favorite bands. And Jamie, he sings on it. It's so heavy, and it's pretty much a death metal song.
Yeah.
You know, it could be a Cannibal Corpse song or a 6 Feet Under song. And but there's other songs. Bloodshed is the single, is the first song. My son Igor sings on it, and he couldn't do it tonight because he was sick. But we did a video the other day in Ohio. It's all of us dressed in Civil War suits.
That's
Which is,
interesting.
yeah, it's gonna be wild.
And that's going to be released here pretty soon?
Yeah, it's gonna come out pretty soon.
You also did a track with Neil from
Clutch.
From Clutch.
Ayatollah of Rock and Roller.
I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, the name is from Mad Max, the movie Mad
Oh yeah,
Max.
I
you know.
remember that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And Neil kill it, man. Oh my God, he was better than I expected.
That's great.
He did a talking thing in the beginning, and his vocals are just off the hook, man. You know, it's so cool. I love Clutch, you know. So it's a bridge between Soulfly and Clutch, if you can imagine that wedding, you know, combination of the
I'm
rock
really
of
stoked to hear that.
the rock of Clutch mixing the metal of Soulfly. It's like combined, you know.
And that's awesome that you have such an open palette of music and musicians and friends to pick from, that you can put them in your music. You know, a lot of people will go and just make a record, may have one guest musician, and it's great that you experiment like that and you reach out and do things like that.
I like to do different things, man. You know, I just sang on the new Five Finger Death Punch record. It's totally different from my stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And then the other day I went and sing on Man Must Die. It's from Scotland. It's just pure death metal, you know. So they call me and it's like, yeah, I'll be on your record. Just send me the track. You know, they're like, really? That's it? Like, yeah, that's it. You know, if I like the band, I'll go out of my way to make it happen. You know, and it's really cool, man. You know, it's I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. I was like we were talking about. It's so nice when you meet a musician that's also cool.
Oh yeah,
friendly and
somebody that's down to earth and they embrace their fans.
Yeah,
and things like that.
It's the coolest, man. You know, like some of my favorite memories is recording Terrorist with Tom Araya.
Oh yeah.
The whole week all I heard was Slayer in my car, at home. I was preparing, psyched myself up. You know, Tom Araya's coming. Tom Araya's coming. You know, I just gotta be on that Slayer mode. You know, and it was great. And then when we were in the studio, you know, I had to ask him in the end of Terrorist. There's two lines of Slayer and two lines of Sepultura, and I had to ask him, you know, Criminally Insane, do you want to sing those two lines of Slayer? And I sing two lines of Sepultura, and Tom was like, oh, I don't know, man, you know, that's kind of weird. Like, no, dude, it's gonna be cool. Trust me, it's gonna be cool. Okay, I'll do it. You know, so I could even convince him to do that. You know, sing a Slayer line in the Soulfly song. So that was one of the best moments, man. You know, recording. We had a wall of amplifiers built in the middle of the studio, and one side of the wall was Tom, and the other side was me, and we recorded simultaneously live.
Oh wow!
So it was like Braveheart shit, man. You know.
Did you record any of that?
Some of it's
I'd like a video. I'd like to see that.
We have a lot of cool videos. We have a video of Jump the Fuck Up when Corey did the Jump the Fuck Up, and we're listening to it back, playing back, and everybody's sitting down because it's a studio. It's a boring environment. The song starts and Corey starts jumping, you know, and we're all just looking at him like, what are you doing, Corey? He was so into the song. He was just jumping like live.
A lot of energy.
Oh my God, yeah. So that was great, you know. So hopefully we can get a lot of that material together and make a DVD.
That'd be great.
I'd love to do, because we do the song Remains Insane.
Yes.
A couple of years ago. I thought it was a really cool DVD telling the story of Soulfly and the beginning, you know. And I would love to do the song Remains Insane Part 2, the continuation, you know.
Yes.
Showing stuff of like recording of Primitive, recording with like David Vincent and Des. Because we have a lot of that actually was filmed. We have friends of ours filming, you know, so a lot of that stuff was captured on video. So hopefully one of these days we get along, you know, get somebody to do it.
That'd be great. I'm sure the fans would really appreciate that. Now you have another project in the works with, we were talking about a little bit earlier, with some of the guys from Dillinger Escape Plan.
Yeah, it's a project that started with Greg. Greg called me one day, and after we did Rise of the Fallen, he started calling me. He's like, Max, we got to do an album Part 2. It's like, I'm not really looking for something else, man. You know, I got my plate full.
Oh,
I got
Cavalera's
Cavalera,
Conspiracy.
I got Soulfly. I was writing a book, and he's like, no, but we got to do this. We have to do it. And he kept bugging me. Because I had to, you know what, Greg? If you stop calling, I'll do it. You know,
persistence pays off.
You know, so I finally said yes to the project, and he's like, I got a drummer already. So he had this kid called Dave from used to play with Mars Volta. Great fucking drummer. And and then we decided to have one more. Let's add one more person to the roster and make it into a supergroup. So we all decided to call Troy from Mastodon, and Troy was so into it. He was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm in this project," you know. So now it turned into a supergroup kind of thing with 3 vocalists, Me, Greg, and Troy gonna sing.
So people can kind of keep an eye on your website for updates on that.
Yeah. We don't have a name yet. Yeah, the name is gonna come up one of these days. But we're gonna enter the studio in September with Josh Wilburn. He's a great producer. Did the last Lamb of God record, so
Oh yeah,
amazing.
he knows what he's doing.
He knows what he's doing, and
Awesome.
he's gonna record this thing, and should be a mix of Mastodon, Dillinger, Soulfly,
That's gonna sound awesome.
Salad. It's gonna be wild.
I can't wait to hear
It's
that.
gonna be wild. With 3 people singing on every song. It's gonna be very wild. And then I have a book coming out in September. Finally, in America, they just signed the contracts.
Oh, for distribution.
Yeah,
for it?
for my biography.
What's the name of the biography?
My Bloody Roots.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should be an obvious title there.
Yeah, it's easy.
And people can find that on Amazon, and
They should be able to. I think the company is called Jawbone.
Jawbone. Okay.
Jawbone, I think, is the one that they did the contract with, and hopefully
I'll look that up and put it like right down.
we're
here
gonna
when
try
we
to.
edit this.
We're gonna try to do a book tour, maybe a couple of dates where I go and sign some books and talk to the fans, and I never done anything like this before. But the book is really killer, man.
Awesome.
It's took 3 years to do it. It's got an introduction with Dave Grohl. He did the introduction of the book.
Because you guys work together with Probot.
Probot,
right? Yeah.
and he's a big fan. So I asked Dave, do the introduction of the book, and Dave was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll do it." Good to have friends in high places.
Hell yeah, it is.
It doesn't hurt that he's like one of the most famous guys in the world.
yeah.
I think it's so cool. Like when he does like those Emmy award shows, he wears Slayer shirts.
Oh yeah.
It's so badass. I mean, just Dave does that, man. He's a metalhead, true and true. And for the people that don't know, Nirvana was about to take Sepultura on tour right before Kirk died.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they already
Oh my God.
they already had a meeting about it, and they already like.
That's crazy.
I think it was gonna be Sepultura and Melvins and Nirvana.
wow.
It would have been wild, man.
That would have been
The greatest tour ever.
Yeah.
Greatest tour ever.
Yeah. And then because they talk about it, and they all of them listen to KSAD on their bus all the time. They told me about Dave's like, your KSAD was on our tour bus all the time. We listen to the shit all day long. It's like, cool, man. That's so wild.
That's awesome.
So that's gonna be a really cool book, man. It's the whole story, the beginnings in Brazil.
Okay, definitely look forward to reading that.
The formation of Sepultura, and then the breakup of Sepultura, the death of Dana, the hardest moment of my life, the black moment, and and then the rising moment of Soulfly, coming to life, and putting my music life back on the road with Soulfly, and then all the way to here,
So your fans brought you that guitar, and it's Middle Eastern, and they presented it to you at a show.
No, it came in the mail.
It came in the mail.
And got to my house this big freaking box with USO stickers and military Afghanistan. It's like, oh man, I got something from Afghanistan, And I fucking opened it, this crazy old instrument,
That's awesome.
And I got to meet the girl. Actually, she actually retired out from the army, and she came to our show in Detroit, I think. And we get a lot of feedback from. I have pictures of guys going in missions with Soulfly stickers in their helmets, So I know the music is out there.
Oh yes, definitely. That's
and
awesome.
I think it's so cool that happens. That's going on.
I talked to you've got some great fans. I talked to one guy that he said, "Oh, I named my son after Max." It's, one of the guys I just met, just a couple minutes ago before coming on the bus, and named his child after you.
Yeah, no, our fans are great. I love like the tattoos is my favorite part. Almost every night I see like 2, 3, 4 Soulfly tattoos. To me, man, I know how much it hurts to get a tattoo.
Oh yeah.
So I appreciate that fan thing, man. That's like for real. When it's somebody put you on a scheme like that.
Oh yeah. And
I don't even have a Soulfly tattoo.
You don't even have one?
I don't even have one. No, I'm waiting to do because I want to do with the guy that created.
Yeah.
His name is Leo Zuleta. He's a Philippines tattoo artist.
Mm-hmm.
He brought tribal tattoo to America.
Okay.
He's most famous for that. When we were doing the first Soulfly, our record label got in touch with him
Mhm.
and to create the Soulfly symbol, and he came up with that symbol, which is fucking amazing.
Let's see if I might have the symbol on me. So he came up with that, and you guys used it for the album, the first album.
That's it.
The
Yeah.
symbol right here.
So that was created by Leo Zuleta, and I want to get it right here.
Right on your neck, in between the other two.
That's where I'm gonna get it. I just gotta get the time to do. He's in LA.
Okay.
You know, but I will do it one of these days. You know, eventually, I'll get it.
Next time you pass through LA.
Yeah, eventually one of these days I'll get it because I see everybody with it. It's like, where's mine? You know, I gotta have one. You know.
Any last words for your fans?
Thank you. Fucking keep it real. Keep it metal.
Keep it.
Keep wheelchairs in the mosh pit, like tonight.
Keep it turned up to 11.